Hello, everybody. This is Eddie's Eat Right. This is a new channel I'm doing. You art with me. Today, I'm going to do my Black Rhino, and I'm going to get it popping, y'all. Okay, this is my Black Rhino piece that I started. I cut a lot of other footage because you really couldn't see it. It was really, it was too far away. Um, my camera and stuff like that. So as I started with my using graphite and mechanical pencil, and this is where I came up with. I'm going straight to the inking part. I'm actually using right now. This is a pen, a brush pen that I'm using, and I'm kind of going over everything right now, and just kind of doing this little ordeal. I want to give you a little background on the Black Rhino. This particular one, I took it off of a picture, off of Google Images, Black Rhino. It said it was a South African Black Rhino. Um, it's kind of a looking at them and getting close, and you'll see a lot of other stuff. Oh, this is me just talking to my daughter. She's asking me about her homework. She was telling me about her math homework she was doing. She had to finish up and whatnot. But yeah, getting back to this Black Rhino that I'm doing right here, it's like South African Black Rhino, and it kind of drew me because it had like a weird kind of front horn. It's kind of prehistoric looking, but it was really weird how it was set up, and like I know sometimes rhinos have like the two horns, but a lot of times you see just like that one massive horn that they have like in the front. And this was very interesting because it was like elongated, but it was, I don't know if it's from like them just being in the rough and battling other rhinos or whatever for territory or whatnot, but it was kind of like it was kind of blunt and slendered at the top. um a lot of my nanny, I've been watching a lot of videos of the Aaron Blaze videos and stuff like that when he's talking about different like anatomies of animals and stuff like that. I come pretty close. I see what he's talking. I see what he's saying when he says something about the actual anatomy. Sometimes, um, as I was referencing the picture that I was looking at off of my phone, and actually doing it when I was initially drawing and stuff out. Um, it kind of like some of the anatomy wasn't perfect. I don't know, like I guess if you're, if you study animals and stuff like that, or if you've been around a lot of rhinos, you can kind of see maybe some of the anatomy was off. Um, the nose area and around the mouth, it's real kind of like reptilian. If that's even a word, it kind of looked like something of like a prehistoric dinosaur stuff. And a lot of the large land mammals are ancestries of or ancestors or their ancestors would be dinosaurs or something of that nature. Yeah, but these are large land mammals like rhinos, um, and but it's really interesting how they still have some of the prehistoric features. It's a lot of animals like crocodiles have some prehistoric features. We still have some animals that's on the planet today that still carry the characteristic of prehistoric um, ancestors or ancestry, I guess. Um, it was kind of weird. If you see me, like I'm kind of going against its like lower neck jawline, and the way the eye set, it was really crazy how the way their eye set too. It's like it's almost kind of underneath that second horn that sets back from that first horn, their eyes kind of sit in there, and their nose protrudes out, and it's kind of like a wrinkle, like it's really wrinkly around their mouth and area. A lot of that area around the mouth, nose, it's kind of like wrinkly, kind of uh like a reptilian dinosaur kind of look. Um, and it's kind of like a mix between like I would say triceratops and like maybe a modern day like pig or something like that, especially with the ears and how the nose sets up and everything like that. But the eyes, they kind of look prehistoric as well. There's a lot of wrinkle and kind of looks like textured around the eyes and stuff like that. You can see from like the beginning pictures and stuff like that. And but the ears kind of remind me of like maybe a pig or something like that. There's a lot of texture and like I go guess like skin foliage around that ear area too, and they have like some hair around the ears, the top part of the ears, and you can see it going from that neck kind of to the shoulder, and the shoulder blades from the back hump. And I just kind of took the just I wanted to focus because it had a lot of different things going on as far as texture and with the horns and like showing like the how the horn is like kind of protruding out of the top part of its skull and through that skin. It's kind of like looks like battle armor. It's a really I don't know what would you call it, kind of a really aggressive looking animal and weird, kind of like a it's kind of like I guess because it's not it's not an animal that you would normally associate with North America or something like that. So it's kind of foreign. So it has this kind of look to it, where it's like kind of like if I didn't know they exist or something like that, it'd be it's like somebody made this creature. Somebody made this creature up, kind of like a Warren. But like his eyes, it's like he got a really small eyeball, and it for as big as the head looks and how the skull is, and it's a very elongated from what I'm seeing here. And right now, what I'm doing, I'm going over the ears. See how they kind of fold. See these folds going around this ear, and then kind of like wish back a little bit, something of that nature. Yeah, in this particular rhino, the black rhinoceros or rhino has kind of a hooked lip, and that was another thing too. I seen if you look at the front, that's why I say it kind of reminds me of a maybe a um, um, its ancestor was probably like I said a triceratops. If you look at its mouth kind of overhangs, kind of like a beak, and just kind of like how they had the triceratops or whatnot. Um, it's a lot of parallels and you know like just similarities I would say between these. So you would definitely say that this is some kind of have some kind of kinship from a triceratops. And I'm just kind of looking. This is native to eastern or southern Africa, including Botswana, Kenya, Malawi, Mozambique, uh, places such as that Tanzania, um, and Zimbabwe. So just areas like that you would normally find them. And I got apparently in doing a little bit more research on it after drawing it. I, what kind of drew me to this? I was just hanging out with my girls or whatever. And, we were watching Black Panther, and I saw the rhino scenes where they have one of the tribes that um, They had the rhino that they were controlling the rhinos that came out, and it was such massive. And they had armor they had on them, and they had like these painted script, kind of like some kind of uh, ancient script or whatnot that was on it. It's really interesting, and it's a really interesting subject, and I guess that's what I'm doing now. It's like something moves me to, cause I kind of haven't really been in the mood to do any art. I hadn't probably done anything um, since a while. It's been a while. I think around December or something. I worked on an old piece. I put like some silver leafing on it. My Yasuki, I might be mispronouncing the name, but it's supposed to be one of the, or he was a black samurai, or he was introduced to, I guess it's from the samurai history that I've kind of read up on it. He was a slave, but then some of the history said that he wasn't really a slave, that he was like the first samurai that had came in, and he was actually, doing a lot. They have like a statue of him too in the museum. So yeah, I did that. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you that piece too, in one of my later um, series or episodes. I can kind of show you guys that what I was talking about with that. But yeah, so like right now, you kind of seeing me too, kind of going into a lot of these lines and trying to create volume, I would say, in some of these strong features that this Rhino has. Like one of its most distinctive is that front mouth and those horns. And like I said, it's kind of like if I would kind of classify it, was kind of like a mixture of like a wild pig and a triceratops. Um, being a large land mammal, and having some of the characteristics such as the horns in the front um, of this creature. Um, yeah, this is, and like they call it the Black Rhino because it's features like they have like the white rhino and they have like a grayish one, but like this one is like a darker gray to like black. That's why they call that. The lifespan on these guys are about anywhere from 35 to 50 years old. So even though they're highly critically endangered um, species, they do if they're not hunted for, I guess they're hunted really strongly for those horns, um, black market and stuff like that. They're really in what I'm saying, looked after, I mean, fought after, thought after for those horns. Probably big game hunters, stuff like that. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't about hunting or whatever. Uh, I really don't. I don't know. I don't really have a big opinion on that. I don't really know about the big game hunters and what they would pretty much get out of that. I mean, hunting something for a trophy, kind of like the predator or whatever. But like I mean, I grew up in Mississippi. I had cousins and stuff, and I've hunted. What I'm saying, and known them to hunt and stuff like that. I had a cousin who had some like they call them red bone. He had some hounds and stuff, and he was training them. I remember one time going with him. He was training them to go hunt, and he was killing squirrels. Him and one of my other cousins. They had like some 22 rifles and going there and hunting squirrels. Man, I had squirrel soup, man, or stew. Man, that stuff was good. I'm not so like as far as killing for consumption to eat whatever. I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, if you overdoing it or you just doing it just, I don't know. It's here and there. You know, at some point you gotta, you know, preserve and do whatever you have to do. I know for a lot of people down south, a lot of them they hunt as a supplement to their their food consumption. So them going out and hunting and putting away meat and not having to go to a grocery store or something like that, that's a supplement to their income, their household. So, you know, but I think just kind of hunting an animal just for like sport. I mean, at some point, us being a civilized uh, group of humans, at some point, you know, we're gonna get over that. And but you know, might be some good rhino stew. And some other little facts about this. Oh yeah, and oh yeah, let me before I'll tell you, I got some other facts about this black rhino. I guess they get to their height. I guess from their shoulder, standing on fours, they get about anywhere from about 4.5 to 6 feet tall at the shoulder. So yeah, and their diet, they're mostly they are a herbivore, so they eat a lot of leaves, plants, branches, shoots, thorny wood, fruit, and stuff like that. So I know a lot of people on the vegan kick, and a lot of people saying, and I've heard this before, saying, "Oh, you can't get the gains and stuff from eating vegetables and stuff like that." I guess you probably could because um, they are massive and strong, and they consume a lot of like vegetables and fruit and things of that nature. So they're not a meat eater. So you can get because they get to about 3,100 pounds. So that's about like a ton as an adult. Huge animals, huge animals. Uh, so yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Oh yeah, I was telling you about that paper I have. I said I was using graphite stuff, so I was trying to keep as much from being smudged as possible, moving around. So it's kind of resting my hand on it, so I don't get a bunch of graphite and pencil lead all on my hand and stuff, and smudge the actual painting. Um, I kind of cut the part out too, where I put like a border around it. I've got about a 2 inch border that I put on it. It's pretty. I kind of thought too, like I probably should have extended the horn out past the border. Um, maybe ears and stuff like that. I thought about doing that, but I just kind of wanted to have a real clean piece. It actually came out really good, looking really realistic. Came out a lot better than I thought it would. Like I said, I'm kind of just starting out as far as artists. I've been kind of doing it really for the last couple years, off and on, off and on. I'm gonna try to stick with this and kind of want to hopefully produce a video once a week or something like that. This I haven't finished it, so it's just gonna be like kind of the part one. And then I'll put like episode like this might like when I finish it, it'll be like a part two of it, and just kind of give you guys an update on this one. And then let you know what I'm gonna start on as far as the next piece that I have or what I want to start. Kind of got an idea what I want to do. Not really sure. Yeah, and it's coming out. Came out really decent. I really like it. So as far as what is it coming out to, it's really coming out to looking to be really good. But please give me comments. Let me know what you think about it. Anatomy wise as well. Um, I kind of see it from as far as the nose distance from the eye and even the horn. It kind of look like it's setting back a little bit further than I kind of wanted it to. Um, It's getting back a little bit more than I wanted to. Also posted on my IG Lionhead Circle. Um, I posted how it looks when I finish to just this part that I worked on thus far. Um, and you can see a lot more detail me inking it in and whatnot. And shout out to Johnny. I might be saying this Johnny underscore Goladas. He liked my picture about 12 minutes ago. A bunch of other people too. Um, Elmer Hernandez. Um, some other people. My own girl, Zalika Art. My man Rodney creates. He has a good channel too. He has some. He's doing art. I think he's been putting a couple. He's got a couple videos too. So go check out my man Rodney creates. He also has the IG as well. That's my dude right there. I actually work with him. Hopefully we can do. We're gonna probably do some collabs and stuff like that. Um, he has some. I think he has two where he's doing some. I think he has one where he's doing like a religious based one, uh, some artwork. So yeah, shout out to my man Rodney and Nicole Key. She's out of Greensboro. She's doing her thing. Zarika Grant. She's out of Atlanta. She's a really dope artist. She's a young dope artist. Yeah. Thanks to everybody who's liking my art, whatever, and whatnot. Really appreciate you guys and what you guys are doing. And I'm coming about to that end of what this episode is actually producing right now. So please feel free to give me any comments, good or bad, likes. If you want to subscribe. I'm gonna if you like this content, whatever, subscribe so I'll know to keep producing more content like that. And the next one I do, I'm gonna be more focused on the beginning drawing. Like I said, I don't have any background as far as artist, like going to master's art school or any. I just kind of self-taught. I've been doing a lot of it probably since I started young, probably thanks to my mom. My mom, I think she was taking some kind of design classes or something like that, interior design, and I seen she had a lot of like I didn't know what it was at the time, but it was like perspectives. Like she had a lot of columns and stuff like that. I remember seeing Tweety Bird. That was the one that really, as probably being like 6 or 7 years old, seeing Tweety Bird or stuff at that time. My mom was drawing that kind of stuff. Kind of was a big influence on me as far as seeing her do her thing. But yeah, really cool, man. Like I said, I really appreciate everybody out there. Again, this is Eric's art. uh, Kind of got that from my grandfather. Real cool dude. Yeah, he used to call me Eric. He's from the Gulf Coast, Louisiana, Mississippi. The Cajun cat. Yeah, I did that boy. So yeah. So yeah, thanks everybody. Tell me what you think. Again, Lionhead Circle. It's your boy Eric E. Ray, LHC. Thanks, guys.